Hi everyone. I am this bitch who stands on her truth because life is just too short. And like I told everybody, I used to live a lie. And then eventually I was forced to stand up and live my truth. And I live my truth no matter how much it hurts, no matter how embarrassing it is, no matter how awful it is. I don't play games. I state it like it is and I keep it moving. This last 2 weeks, something really awful happened to me. First, I'm in battles. I'm learning that battles are my way of life. I'm learning that this is how my life is going to be until the day I die. Hopefully at 90, because ain't nobody gonna kill me. They can throw as many weapons as they like. I'm not going down. They can gang up on me like they've done right now. I'm still not going down. I'm going to die at 90 of natural causes. Okay. I'm in battle. My worst battle in the metaphysical because it's against my brother Milton. Milton spiritually married me and put himself in my metaphysical. When you enter a spiritual marriage, you give the male power over your destiny, over your life. And that male can snatch anything from your destiny and from your life. So what my brother does is he removes my relationships because of course he is the relationship. And then he proceeds to steal my opportunities. And then I stay in a circle. My life repeats itself, you guys. It repeats itself over and over and over again. Something always happens for me to have to do that same thing twice because of my brother and what he is doing to me in the metaphysical. He is actually the God of my metaphysical. He is my God. He's over me, over my head, under me, everywhere. And I am in his cage. I am in his cage. And I'm fighting to get out. And every time I get out, even for 3 seconds, he finds another way of pulling me back into the cage. And this fight has been going on for years. I just didn't know it. But it has been going on for years. Okay. My brother Milton, he was offered Harvard University by my dad. I was born to a very wealthy African man. Even the way I speak my English says it. Okay? He was born, he was offered Harvard. None of us girls were offered Harvard. I wanted to go to Harvard. I wasn't offered. This is a very educated man who went to prestigious universities. He spends his time metaphysically destroying me because he doesn't want me to be successful. And he has succeeded. 2 days ago, I was suicidal. I was like, oh no, I'm going to die. I might as well kill myself. But why give them the satisfaction? Why? But that's how I was feeling. That's how down I was. Instead of concentrating on his own life, he chooses to concentrate on mine. He's a psychopath. A dangerous psychopath. So is my cousin Taurai, dangerous psychopath. But this particular battle, I was fighting it with my brother. I was trying to stop him from removing a relationship my ancestors had seen coming and had been waiting for. And we know this is what he does. He removes the soul that's supposed to meet with me, and he puts himself in there. So we were guarding that precious section of my metaphysicality, the love section. We were guarding it like nobody's business. We were guarding it. And my grandma said, if he comes, because we know who he is, right? We will know that you are fine, you are safe, you've escaped the cage. If he doesn't come, then we know we are fucked. And then, Milton is going to do more horrible things to your timeline, which is what he does. He adds dark things. He adds death. He adds poverty. He adds homelessness. And I have been homeless. I've lived on the streets of Stockton, California. Okay, I have been homeless. So this is a fight that has been going on for 20-something years. I just didn't know it. And I didn't know where it was coming from. And now I know where it is coming from. Anyway, we're guarding my love section because my love section is what he uses to get in. We have divorced him several times, but he just remarries me again and again and again. And we are looking for a way of shutting that down too, right? And I wish he would be eaten in Papua New Guinea where he lives, because, you know, people get eaten there. I just wish it. Anyway, the point is, we were guarding my love life. All spears and walking sticks were guarding my love life, because that's how he gets into my metaphysicality. And we were succeeding. We were keeping him out. We were keeping him out. Okay? Whether this man turned up or not didn't matter. What mattered was that we were guarding that his coming in to my life. We were guarding it so that we could keep me safe. Well, my brother was moving the guy aside and stepping in his place metaphysically. We were fighting him. Like, imagine it like this: push and shove, push and shove, push and shove, push and shove, right? Imagine the push and shove. We were pushing him away. And then my love section rips open, boom, and in walks a dude. We're like, is this him? Grandma says, no. A love spell has breached your love. And as he breached, you know, this love spell, as it breached my love in the metaphysicality, my brother slipped in and blocked the guy who was supposed to come. But even more, that other guy walked in with his goddamn love spell. And it's manifested immediately on the ground. The morning before, a viewer had asked for my number. I gave it to them because, you know what? I am the most accessible bitch in town. I may have been born to a millionaire and I may have lived like the 1% in Africa. I am in a ghetto right now. Okay. I'm very accessible. This gentleman said he needed to talk to me. It was very important. I gave him my number. He texted because he texted, you know, I like you, I really like you, blah, blah. Now listen to this, guys. Just as that love spell broke my metaphysicality, okay, so that he could step in and take the place of the man who was supposed to be coming. So now I had two men I didn't want in my love section of my metaphysicality. The moment he did that, his text hit my phone. Bing! I was in the dream world. I was busy fighting. This never happens before, but Grandma said to me, stop your phone. So I woke up. And just as I came into consciousness in this real world, my phone went ping for real. I pick it up, and there he is, talking to me. That's how efficient and how fast his spell worked. Anyway, 2 seconds into texting, I told him he wasn't my type. And I said to him, this is what is shocking me. This is what is shocking me. How did you know that at that particular time I was supposed to meet someone? How did he also know the parameters of the man I was supposed to meet? Because he's a practitioner of another religion, another metaphysicality. And he told me, I didn't do this, but you know, I'm the guy. Okay. And I said, no, you and I were destined to do some great things together. And my grandma said, no. While we are dealing with this guy, okay, who broke into my metaphysicality, and now we're dealing with him in person and also in the metaphysical. We're trying to push him out in the metaphysical, and I'm trying to talk to him in person so as to understand. And the guy just doesn't want to be read. He just doesn't want to be read. While we are doing all this shit, my brother removes all my opportunities, removes all my relationships, removes all my happy moments, and he puts death, his usual death, poverty, homelessness, and then he declares himself my husband, and then he sits on the throne. The battle continues. I was supposed to win that war. I lost it because of a love spell. So my grandma said, if one man can go to the trouble of creating a love spell to breach your inner circle because he wants your coochie, other men must feel exactly the same way. So, why don't you do a video marketing yourself and making sure that they know that you are available? Seeing as how you have no relationships whatsoever in your metaphysical at the moment, it doesn't really matter. You Zoom talk and you have fun, and maybe after Zoom, maybe after coronavirus, you can meet them and your coochie can have fun. Okay, so you get to know each other now, and then right afterwards, you can do your thing. And I say to her, I really want to be a whore. I really want to be a whore because you know what? Too much death, no sex. And she said, okay. But then 2 days later, I had changed my mind because I was devastated and I was so sad and I am so exhausted, and I still have to fight my brother Milton out of my metaphysical, my brother Taurai out of my metaphysical, for he is stealing my voice, my sister and my mother, and 2 witch doctors, Nomklele, my closer sister, and Nyanzira, the Shona witch doctor who has been dogging me for almost 20 years of my life. Okay, so I just felt like, oh, hell no, I can't. But then she said, but it'll help you. Next time you will not get that kind of person doing a love spell because they will know exactly what you're about. Because he was kind of, because, he told me about himself, then I told him immediately, nah. And he was stunned by that, because first his love spell was supposed to make me all googly-eyed. His love spell was supposed to make me all googly-eyed and all accepting, right? And instead, he just told me about himself, and I said, nah. Okay. So my grandma said to me, okay. It may even stop these love spells before they get to you. People knowing what you are about when it comes to your love life and what you look for in a man. So here goes, bitches and dudes and anybody else who's watching this video. I personally don't think the type of man I want can be found using my platforms of Instagram or YouTube. I've even tried on Instagram, it failed. I personally don't think so. Okay. But here goes. This is the type of man I want. And this is why I want that type of man. And yes, men only. Okay? Men only. Vaginas do nothing for me. More power to those who enjoy them, but I don't even understand why men enjoy them. Okay? I don't. I really don't. Anyway, here goes. He has to be very, very educated. I don't mean a PhD, but he has to have a college degree. I cannot stand stupid. And I cannot stand uneducated. Because I grew up in a society, the 1%, where everybody was educated. And where everybody was doing great things. Even killing other people with dark magic, they were doing it excellently. As my brother is doing right now. As all my relatives are still doing right now. Okay. He has to be educated. He has to be easygoing. He has to be driven with his own life. In fact, I want him to be selfish about himself. Okay, I want him to be selfish about himself. I want him to put his goals first. I want him to have goals, and I want him to be working and striving hard for them. And I want those goals to be turning out successfully. Because as a broke ass bitch, I am not in the business of wanting to date other broke asses. If you are a broke ass, do not say hi. Okay, two broke asses equal extra broke. I'd rather be alone. So he has to be extremely successful at what he does. That's important to me. You're not a man to me unless if you are highly successful. And why is that? Why? Because I was born in the 1% of Africa. I may not have lived it from age 1 to 7 or even really lived its reality. When I got to my father's house, I didn't live its reality either. But the fact is, I was conditioned that if you are driven, your man must be more driven. If you are middle class, your man must be upper class. If you are anything at all, he must outdo you. He must outswim you, outwalk you, out-earn you, out everything. And I believe in that. I am not a feminist. That would be my grandmother. I believe in that. Because that's what I saw. That is my reality. Outperform me, dude. Then I'll be interested. 2, there is a crazy myth. And I don't think it's a myth anymore. There is a crazy myth that female witch doctors have the ability to make a man richer than he actually is. And we have the ability to give him the presidency of the country if he is in politics. And that's why my brother Taurai is going after my voice and my foundation, because he wants to be president because of that. Okay. Apparently, I have more of those gifts than the average female witch doctor. And that's why my brother Milton is marrying me spiritually every 3 months. And that's why they all do these things, because they are trying to get to those 2 gifts that I hold in my hand. The reason they are both not getting those 2 gifts is because they are not understanding the rules of these gifts. These gifts only go to the man who loves me. They are doing love spells to make me look like I'm in love with them in the metaphysical. Yes, I read that. My brother put it that I was so in love with him. He put it there, but he hates me. It's actually there. He hates me, but I'm so because he put that spell of me being so in love with him, right? Wrong, dude. It works the other way around. The man has to be in love with me for me to automatically bestow these things on him. Right. Now, how can I bestow these things if they exist on a broke ass dude? A broke ass dude who lives in a little apartment and watches me and fantasizes, but is a broke ass dude. How can I bestow these gifts? These gifts will die in my hands, which is what they're actually doing. They're dying in my hands. They really are dying in my hands, people. I mean, my brother and my cousin are trying to snatch them from me, but they don't love me. Therefore, it's not working for them. Okay, and they will live and die exactly the way they are living and dying right now, no matter how many times they attack me. So these gifts go to a man who truly loves me. Okay, truly loves me, truly wants to take care of me, truly wants to be there. And so far, no such man has ever appeared in my life, because my brothers make sure that no other man ever appears. Okay, next, he has to be well traveled. Okay? Like well traveled. We have to talk about different parts of the world, and he has to be more traveled than me. Everything that he has to be more than me. We have to sit down and discuss things. Okay, we have to like discuss countries. Like, oh, you remember Italy? Remember what happened in Italy? Da, 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 right? He has to be well read, like reading actual books and actual novels and actually telling me, you should read this book, Isabel. It's damn good. And I don't mean about self-improvement books. Those are such bullshit. I don't mean self-improvement books. They're such bullshit. I mean real books, real stories, because I learned from stories, real things, real books, not about Michelle Obama or all those fucking biographies. I mean real stories, creativity, which comes from God, creativity, which comes from the ancestors. He has to read those, and he has to like refer some of them to me. Like, you should read this one, it's pretty good. He has to be chill. He has to be extremely busy. I'm okay with seeing my man once in a while. I'm okay with talking to him every 3 days because I'm busy. Okay? Every 3 days we can chat. You know, we can get together and have sex. And while we are getting together to have sex, I would like to do it in different parts of the world. I'd like to meet him in different parts of the world. In fact, right now, I'm looking for an affair. I would just like to have an affair. Oh, fuck it. Yes, I would like to have an affair. I would like to have the man for fun and his wife. And no judging. I don't give a fuck about the judging. And his wife can have the rest. Just have fun. Just have fun. Just have those weird, sweet moments which I've never had in my life, and he can go back to his normal life and I can go to my normal life, and we can both be happy. The good thing about it is I'm never going to be able to read him, because when a man likes me, once again, just like the gifts, when a man likes me, right, I can't read him. It's like his whole life is shut out to me, so he can lie to me as much as he likes. He can lie to me as much as he likes. Okay, handsome, I couldn't care less, but he has to wear a suit. Okay, I went to a high school where we had a class called On Becoming a Woman. It was a private high school. That high school was visited by all the first ladies of Africa. They used to come and teach us etiquette. I literally had etiquette lessons from 12 years of age to 16 years of age in school every Wednesday, 2 o'clock. And we were taught which fork to use and how to use it. Okay, and we were taught which courses to serve, and we were taught how to cook it, and we were taught dinner conversation, we were taught candles, and we were taught the importance of elevating your man through entertainment, the importance of networking. Right. And we had first ladies come. Yes, we did. First ladies, they would come to my school to give talks about what it was like at Buckingham Palace and the mistakes that they made while they were at Buckingham Palace. And then our teachers would tweak it and teach us. We were told these are the only real professions for men, when it comes to men, for girls like you. Businessmen, high-level military, politics. That's it. So we were taught how to be wives to businessmen, high-level military, and politicians. I made it to businessmen. Then we went our separate ways. But I made it to businessmen. The thing is, even though I am now in this miserable existence as a witch doctor where I don't get to have the chance to socialize like I used to as a journalist and a writer, right? Because when you're a journalist and a writer, you meet a hell of a lot of businessmen, politicians, high-level military. You meet them everywhere. But when you're a witch doctor in this part of the world, you are relegated to the trash, you know? So even though I've been relegated to the trash, it doesn't mean that my foundation has changed. It doesn't mean that my expectations have changed. I'm not sexually driven, unfortunately for you. I can shut down the sex and stay without it for years on end. And open it again when I meet someone I'm interested in, someone who tickles my fancy, someone I can converse with. The point is, I was brainwashed into wanting a certain type of man. And no matter what, that brainwashing has stuck. My last real boyfriend was a trust fund baby. He was white and he was a trust fund baby. And I was a broke ass bitch then too. Okay. I was a broke ass bitch. But when we were together, his friend said to me, I understand why you two are together. Because, interracial, difficult. And I said, why? And he said, oh my God, you have the same upbringing. Exactly. I don't want to have to explain myself to someone. I don't want to. Okay. I'm crazy about table settings. I'm crazy about forks and knives and spoons and everything. I went to a formal dinner with my girlfriends a couple of years ago, and it was in honor of me, actually. I was receiving an award, and one of my girlfriends leaned over to me and she said, "Which fork do I use?" Yeah, she asked me because I've gone through years. I mean, I'm a slob now, but listen to this. I actually spent time looking for etiquette classes. I can't find etiquette classes because I feel like I've lost a lot of my etiquette, and I spent time looking for an etiquette class just so that I can refresh myself. This is who I am because that's who I was raised to be. So when it comes to men, I'm very stringent. See, I don't give a fuck. I can die without a man. I'm so used to it now because my metaphysical, when it comes to relationships, is always being destroyed. I don't give a fuck. I can die without a man, and I can die without sex. I can. I really can. I'll put all my sex in my erotic novels and be very happy. There is just no way I am attracted to a certain type of male because of the way I was conditioned. Do I wish I was conditioned any differently? No. This is the way I'm conditioned. And if such a man isn't available, then I'm on my own. And he hasn't been available. And he isn't available. And my grandma said, you don't know that. You don't know who watches you. You've had a couple of celebrities come to you. You don't know that. So say it out loud. Okay. All right. It would be nice to have someone. It would be very, very nice to have someone. I'm lonely like everybody else. It would be so good to have someone. That would be the most amazing thing God has ever done for me. It would be so nice. I would be so happy. Because then I can fight my battles and have sex. The Scorpio thing. And have sex. I can laugh. I can giggle. I can actually, relax. It would be nice. But this is why my criteria of a man is very stringent and very, very tough. Now, if you don't fit this criteria, do not love spell bomb me. I have a very, very sensitive timeline. It has already been destroyed twice now. Love spells are dangerous and deadly. And if you're going to use a love spell to get to me, you're an idiot. And you're making me afraid of being on YouTube. You're an idiot. Because God made someone who made Instagram. God made someone who made email. All you need to do is to send me an email. Hi. Nothing else. Just hi. Or you can go into my DMs and just say hi. Nothing else. Just hi. I am extremely accessible. No need for love spells. No need for those spells of call me now or take my call or whatever. All those things turn into bombs on someone's timeline. They destroy someone's timeline, people. They kill lives. They almost killed me last week. But if he had known that I was this sort of bitch, my grandma is right. If he had known I was this sort of bitch, he wouldn't even have bothered to put a love spell together to blow me to pieces. He wouldn't have. But he didn't know that. So now everybody does. Okay, so since I've decided that I'm really looking for fun, hopefully fun that is a lot of traveling to other countries, okay, and has less intense, and a relationship that has less intensity, right? If I was in Africa, I would just say I'm looking to be a second wife right now. First wife can take all the hard work. Second wife, me, I can take just some of the fun. Okay, since I am looking for fun and happiness, because I have none, I have no happiness, I just have a lot of pain, okay? I am inviting anybody who thinks they fit, who really thinks they fit this profile, to email me and say hi. And then we can do Zoom, talk on Zoom, and see if we click. Anyone at all. Anyone. Anyone. And in return, I can practice my blowjobs on you after coronavirus is over. I can practice my blowjobs on you after coronavirus is over. I can do that. I can do that. And I can be very supportive. And if you happen to fall in love with me, you get metaphysical strength. Okay? You get metaphysical strength. I can be your best friend, and I am extremely confidential when it comes to my relationships. Extremely confidential. I'm a Scorpio. I keep my secrets. And the joy of this whole thing is that you can tell me a lie a minute. I will believe you. I will believe you. Because they shut that business down of me knowing shit about you. So all you have to do, all lines are open. Email me. Say hi. Do not put a love spell out there. Just email me. Say, if you fit the criteria. Oh, I had a whole list. Well, Grandma had a whole list. I totally forgot about that. Grandma had a whole list of, oh yes, I had finished, I had it, yeah. Grandma says, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, looking for a few good men. I would like us to get to know each other via Zoom. It'll help when coronavirus is gone. We can hit the ground running. Okay, a few good men, not one man, a few good men. Okay, these are the parameters for the job. This company is an equal opportunity employer. All races and cultures may apply. You must be heterosexual through and through. I'm not dealing with the other issues of bisexuality, the down low, and sexual fluidity. Nah. Heterosexual all the way. I like to know that when you're not with me, you're with another bitch. Okay? Not something else. You have to be between the ages of 35 to 80. See? 80 is good. Okay? So send me your grandfathers and your fathers. Must be good in bed. Yes, for my grandmother, that's very important because I've never had an orgasm. I don't even know what an orgasm feels like. So she thinks I should get it done before I die. Must be college educated. Stated. Must be doing something with your life. Must be driven. Must be ambitious. Must be a go-getter. Must be those things. Must be hitting the ground running all the time. And must be very proud of yourself. Okay? Looks don't matter. What you've been through in the past doesn't matter. Okay? Yeah. So I'm done, and I'm being very serious about this. Grandma said, market yourself. I'm marketing myself, but even more, I'm trying to stop those who play shenanigans. YouTube is very dangerous. I almost wanted to get off this. This isn't new for me to have spells thrown at me via YouTube viewers. But this spell did the most damage. Okay. I actually said I said to Grandma, maybe I should get off YouTube. And she said, no, don't get off YouTube. But I thought about it because of this spell. So anyway, a few good men. Ladies, refer your dads, your uncles, your ex-boyfriends, and your ex-husbands, okay? And whoever watches this shit, remember, fit the criteria before you say hi. Because, if you don't fit the criteria, you're wasting your time. If you bottle me up and put me in a spell or whatever, wasting your time. I actually prefer men who are not into metaphysicality. So if you are a priest or a whatever, miss me. Okay, just miss me. Keep it moving. Because like you see, the other one was a priest of a metaphysical religion, and he used those powers to do what he did, right? Just miss me. Miss a bitch. Keep it moving. I do not deal with men who are in the metaphysical for that reason. You have to be spiritual, but not in the metaphysical. But like I said, I don't think that kind of man exists. I keep telling my grandma, she keeps saying, keep going, keep going. I don't think so. But anyway, people, this has been fun. I will look forward to the emails with hi on them. I won't hold my breath. I won't hold my breath. And back to battles. Back to battles. Bye.
Get off the phone.
Get the bats.
Get off the phone.
Okay, that's enough, I think.